Comox Harbor. Gorgeous day. It's our first day taking this beautiful new pleasure yacht. What do we call it? Turn our old boat into a classy yacht. First day taking it out on our own under sail. So we're just motoring out of the harbor. We're going to get clear of the spit, and then we're going to put the sails up and sail over to Denman Island, Henry Bay for a night, and make a plan if we're going to do a little bit of sailing up and down the coast, or if we're going to learn a little more here before going anywhere. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel good.
Good? Sun's shining. Gorgeous day.
Welcome to Sailing Instead, our story in 2 words. We are Jenna and Charlie, and together we are chasing our wildest dream, inspired by our first date, sailing on a lake in our home province of Alberta. With a new shared interest and wanderlust building, we decided now was the time to pursue an alternative lifestyle. We'd become full-time cruisers, living and traveling on our sailboat.
We found this rundown 30-foot sailboat from 1975, and for almost 2 years we worked tirelessly to make it our new tiny floating home. After 611 days and 2 more Canadian winters, we decided no more waiting. We would start our voyage and continue fixing the boat on the go. Come aboard and share in our adventure as we document everything along the way, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Our first day sailing our boat on our own. Our first run. We got a little bit of luffing going on in the jib, but we're trying to run wing on wing with a light wind, moving probably 4.5 knots. It's hard to find sunshine when you're heading into the sun. The sails are blocking it. But heading over to Denman Island, so we'll be doing some jibing here shortly, but absolutely beautiful blue sky day. We're on a wing on wing run with following seas. If we had a whisker pole to hold that jib out, it wouldn't be luffing back and forth, but the mainsail's definitely got us moving. This is where you'd fly a Genoa, or a Gennaker, Spinnaker, a big balloon sail that just catches the wind and hauls you downwind. We're almost going dead downwind. You can see the wind indicator there, the arrows in between the 2 squares, which is basically dead downwind. Actually, I mean, it is dead downwind. And sure looks nice with the sails up on this camera, dear. It really does. Yeah, not as nice as this view here. Oh, look at that smile. Just on our final approach to Henry Bay. We're on a port tack beam reach. Sails are performing well. We had 1 minor jibe incident. How was that?
Pretty scary.
Pretty scary. Remember what happened?
I remember what happened, not necessarily know why it happened, but I definitely was there for it.
Unfortunately, we had a boom swing across the cockpit and
Almost lost our heads.
sort of shock load.
You think this is cracked?
Well, it is already. It's not from us.
Okay.
It's just old, but that's when this stuff all gets shock loaded. And yeah, a little bit of a scare, but I always find I learn my lesson when you get a little scare. So I don't think we'll be doing any more scary jibes. I think we learned today, pretty important.
Yeah. Time to go fishing.
Almost time to go fishing, crabbing. If we can figure out a way to get to shore. This area is open for all shellfish. Varnish clams, manila clams, oysters, and all the scallops. So if we can get this surfboard, maybe we'll get the surfboard and paddle over to shore, or maybe we'll try shoring the boat. And it is a full keel. We'd have to do it with a slack or lowering tide, ebbing tide. And yeah, we'll do a little messing around, hey? You know, it would be nice. I just don't know how to get you to the shore without getting you wet.
I can get wet.
You hear that, everyone? She said she can get wet, so I don't want to hear any complaining about being wet. Just getting into Henry Bay. We're going to head straight in until we're at a nice depth, and then we're gonna turn head to wind and dump the anchor. See if we can anchor this baby with the sails instead of using the motor. How you doing, Boo? We made it. We sailed all the way here. We motored out of the harbor and sailed all the way here. We're back at Henry Bay. The sun is out. The fish, are they biting?
No.
Well, let's throw the crab trap down now too and see if we're biting. Jenna's gonna catch us a delicious salmon. Jenna's out on the front deck fishing. And about 2 years ago we met a cat in the boatyard and we thought we would buy some small cans of cat food to have in case the cat came to visit. Luckily we kept a couple of them. Seafood and salmon feast. Since crabs are like cats, we've got 2 small cans of crab bait here. Luckily, they were only tucked away in this locker and I only had to pull a couple things out. Just a couple things. Ugh, so much work for crab food, but we got it. My little fisher babe?
Yeah, I caught some rope.
Hey, hey! What kind of rope?
Rope.
Oh, you caught the road?
Yeah.
Hey, your boyfriend was wrong again. Surprise, surprise.
Find it.
Or what you'd call wrongo. It's not temptations. It's fancy feast. But since there's always a chance they don't catch crabs, maybe we should keep them as emergency food for you and me.
No,
For our kitty. Okay, well, let's see if we can turn one of these into a dinner.
I want the green meanie.
The green meanie coming up. Here's the green meanie here. The green meanie. Started the engine for some dinner. We're gonna haul this crab trap up again and have a look. Going hungry tonight. Oh, she feels pretty heavy. After a long, hard day of fishing and crabbing with no success, it's important to eat a big meal. We worked hard today. We sailed, we fished, crabbed, we got sunburned, windburned, and now we get a relaxo with a little Malcolm in the middle. So we've got the tides turned and coming into a high tide, and I came out and I tried lowering the crab trap with some pulled pork as bait, and all of a sudden we were surrounded. I'm not really sure what they are, so we're gonna stick the GoPro down there and well, this is the first test of the GoPro after it just stopped recording after 4 seconds. GoPro got a little wet and is having a red light of death. It's being finicky, yeah. Come on, GoPro, pull through. We need you. You're our moneymaker. So the GoPro light won't turn off, which means it may be malfunctioning, and it just added a highlight to the start of our video. So it's kind of just doing what it wants to do. I put a separate card in so that we won't lose any of all of our high quality, well produced vlog footage that we've shot before the GoPro malfunctioned. Babe's making breakfast. She's got toast, cinnamon toast going for, oh, look at that, breakfast. So the engine's running, we got toast made, we got coffee coming, and we're making a plan. And a plan means we're trying to get over to shore today for some of the low tide action. 10:56 low tide. It's not super low like our low at 10:24 tonight, but a 9-foot low tide will still expose a lot of beach. And if there's a lot of beach exposed, then there may be a lot of dinners and lunches exposed. But we don't have a dinghy, so how are you gonna get to shore, they say? We've got two options. One is to intentionally beach the boat, which we're not quite comfortable with yet. The other option, which is somehow way more comfortable, is to build some sort of landing craft. So we've created Dinghy Mark 1. Excuse my artwork, but as you see, it's basically a surfboard with a pole across it and our fenders as outriggers to give us some dimensional stability. And then there'll be a tote for us to sit on and transport some equipment and dry clothes and snacks and water, and also to provide additional buoyancy. So the idea is surfboard with a tote and a pole with fenders, and then I'll sit on the front with my feet on the surfboard and paddle us over, and Babe can sit on the back with her feet on the surfboard and enjoy the ride, get the scenic views and document it. So wish us luck. It should be an interesting day. So I'm thinking we'll build this here on the cabin top. That gives us somewhere to work. We're gonna prototype here. Use the main halyard to lift the prototype, launch it in the water. We'll do a couple of circles of the boat, and when it's tested and true, we'll load up the Babe and head over to shore. Load it up with clams, scallops, mussels, oysters, whatever we can find, and we'll come back for lunch. This was a sign at a bar we used to work at for cracked canoe beer. So that's our paddle. Been carrying it around. Now it's time to shine.
First attempt to go to shore. Going over there. Oh boy. What a contraption. This is what people do when you don't have a dinghy. Well, you definitely need a hat. How does it feel? Maybe a one-man craft. Yeah, I'm nervous watching you. Might not be going to shore after all. Looking good? Pretty good. Hey. Oh, don't fall. Okay. He's coming in, folks. Oh. Okay.
Well, made a stick to grab it.
From the post.
Mark 1 was a success. I tried to make a dinghy, our first landing craft, the outrigger surfboard canoe thing. Learned a lot of lessons. Mark 2 is obviously going to be a lot better.